Yay Media Group.
I go, all you had to do was just give me an hour and then you could be over with the neighbors hanging out and playing. So he goes, if I could turn back time, I would have smiled, but I can't turn back time anymore. Hey guys, episode 209. We are doing this recording late tonight. Jeff had to do like 4 shows today, you said. Then he had to go to a dinner, and then now he's home.
I just walked in the door.
And then you have to do a podcast.
This is the most up-to-date we've been, because this is going to come out tomorrow.
I know.
So we're up to date on current events if we want to go there.
And so Jeff while he's doing that, I've been taking care of Leighton. Leighton's had the vomiting out of nowhere. He was completely fine. And then 4 a.m. This morning woke me up and was like, Mom, my stomach hurts. And you know when you're just sleeping so good? I was like, what? And he goes, my stomach hurts. Next thing, bleh. He made it. I'm proud of him. He takes it like a champ, and he makes it to the toilet. And so then I don't have to clean it up off the carpet. I'm like, please don't get on the bed sheets.
Oh, I know. I heard it.
It was loud.
So it woke me up, and then Lawson comes in and he goes, Leighton's throwing up. He goes, I'm like, do you want to sleep in here? He's like, yes. So then he slept with me, but then I had to get up early. So I got up. It's weird leaving before it's dark and getting home when it's dark. That's a day.
I know. That's your life lately.
Day. But yeah, so long day, I guess productive, if you want to call it that. But I went out with Shane, our buddy, and Richard, the astrologist. He was in town doing some stuff. So he works for this network, if you don't remember, called Gaia. And that's where the headquarters are in Boulder. Mm-hmm. So they're in doing a show, and he didn't fit into our show on Great Day, Colorado this time, just recording reasons.
Can I stay in the middle floor?
Speaking of sick boys. Yes.
Yeah, go. You can go up there.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That's okay. Just stay away from him.
Okay.
Just stay on the other side of the couch.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, we'll just leave that in there. So that was Leighton. He's feeling a little better, but we still want to keep the kids separated because those like stomach bugs, they move fast.
I'm just waiting on me.
I know.
Tonight?
And it runs. I don't know where you're at. I'm assuming wherever you're listening to this to, if you have kids, it just runs through the school. So he plays basketball now, so he might have picked it up there or playing with the friends or at school. So it just runs through. So I hope we don't all get it.
Keep going. Shane.
Yeah. So Richard was in town. So I got him so he couldn't do Great Day Colorado this time, but I got him to do 9 News, which is the local channel here in Colorado that Sam Shocker, my old co-host from DBL, works on. So I know she's all into that stuff. So I knew I couldn't get him on our show. There's been so many people that helped me in my life, along the way. I mean, I could start with Dave and Mimo and Mike Miles and Alex and Shane, I could keep naming. There's a million more, but it's good to give back and just, I'm not doing it for any selfish reasons other than to help other people. And I think that comes back to you.
Well, that's what friends do.
Yeah.
That's what all your friends in LA did.
But
You're
I
all
think
like helping each other.
That's how you ultimately get ahead. I think like, even if I always use Hollywood as an example because that's the business I'm in, but even in like that business, if you look like at Adam Sandler, he takes all of his boys to the top. You know what I mean? Like Seth Rogen and all those guys, they all started together and they all do stuff together. But I just think that's where it's at. You know what I mean? Looking for people that you don't know or sending a resume, it's tough, but it's all about networking. So when you could help someone else out, it's good to help them out because so many people helped me along the way. Nevertheless, he went on 9 News, so I went over there, and that's where we used to shoot DBL.
What was that like, seeing the old studio?
It was weird because I didn't even go in and buzz in, even though I could, because I thought I knew the security guards, but I'm like, it's been so long. They might have changed people. So I just parked on the side and came up front. And then Chris was at the front door.
I love Chris.
I know. He's such a good guy. So I walked in. He goes, Jeff, what are you doing here?
I love him.
And then some of the other guys came in. They like did a double take because I was in the lobby with Shane and Richard.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh my God, Jeff, what are you doing here? And I walked back and saw the news people like Kathy and Kim and stuff.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. And they're like, oh my God, what are you doing? Because I was in the studio. Then I watched Sam and Richard do her thing. Richard's like blowing up, by the way. So if you haven't listened to our podcast with Richard, the astrologer, he's amazing. You could listen to him on Gaia if you're into that stuff. I'll get into like what we talked about too. But did the thing with Sam.
Did you feel like you were home?
It was so weird because then from the news studio are the doors that connect the news studio to Daily Blast Live, where I used to work. So I'm like, let me show you guys the old Daily Blast Live studio. So we walk back there, and there's a dry erase board. Mm-hmm. Lawson wrote his name on there, and it's still there.
It's still there?
Yeah, it's still there.
What about all the photos the kids colored? Did they take them down?
I took those home. I have them here. The ones that they colored.
I thought there was like a whole thing on the wall.
No, it's all like 9 News stuff. Oh. It's all different. And Tori Schulman, our old co-host on DBL, she hosts a show called Colorado and Company, which is like just the same as what I do, just a different network. And on NBC there. And I'm on Fox. So I don't know. It's just weird. So being in there, and I walk in there and it's all dark and there's someone sitting in the chair, like on the couch. And I'm like, who is that? It was Dr. Coley. I'm like, what are you doing, Dr. Coley? And she's like, what are you doing here? And so she was going on the news, and that was just weird being in there. And then Sam came back because she was done at 4, and Richard gave her a whole like 20 to 30 minute reading by herself. Yeah, you got to text her
and be like, how was your reading?
I left him alone, and so Richard's brother was there and they were talking to Shane, and I was just getting back to text messaging and people and stuff. But just being in that studio, I was like, I walked over to where my desk was. It's like so many memories there. I don't know. It was a little surreal.
Makes you sad.
It made me sad, but you know what I mean? Things changed. We had a good run, but it was just it's like the same. The walls are the same. Everything's the same. But it was weird just being back there in general. Mm-hmm. So that was cool. And then we went out to dinner, just had some stuff and we were talking. And before we left, Shane's like, hey, Richard, hit Jeff up with a little quick astrology reading. And it was, so the last time he was here, he's like, this is going to be a good year for you. He pulled it up. And I'm like, you don't have to go crazy. He's like, no. But it was interesting. I don't know how deep you want to go about this fight we got on over the weekend. Me and Jordan
had a little... If you say fight, people are going to be like, oh my God.
No, me and Jordan had a little dust up. We had a little dust up. We like to bring things to a head and then we discuss it in our own way.
We sat down and discussed it. We have some emotions we have to get out.
Listen, everybody has problems they have to deal with here and there. It's healthy. It's healthy to get it out sometimes. But one of the things we were talking about that Jordan, I won't get into all the details of everything, but one specific thing Jordan was talking about was like voicing my opinion more and sticking up for myself more. And I do have a problem with that. I'll admit that.
And I get really mad. I actually talked to your dad about it, but me and your dad go on walks when he's here. And I just am like, you just have to, because I'm used to being around people like my dad or my brother who just talk to everybody. But that's your personality. It's where you grew up, how you're raised. That's just how you've always been. It's not anything new. You're just a little more closed off a little bit, but you're just not out there. You're not a sales guy.
I'm not a sales guy. I definitely am not.
But I picture, like my dad's the typical sales guy.
Yeah.
So and then another friend of ours, I told her, I go, your husband, he's probably so good at sales, isn't he? And she's like, oh yeah, because he's kind of like my dad, just very social, very talkative. And you are too, but you just kind of hold off a little bit. You're more like, if I put my head down and I keep working, people are going to notice. And then my thing to you, when me and you were talking, I was like, you have to speak up, Jeff. You have to say something, and nothing's going to get done if you don't vouch for yourself. So keep going.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're absolutely right. And I was in radio sales, you guys know that whole backstory coming up, working with my friends, and that's how I met Dave and stuff. But I was terrible. I would get a sale, and it was some little old lady with this small business, and she's like, I think I could do $100. I finally got, and they're like, people are training me, and they're like, you got it. I'm like, it's okay, don't worry about it. And they're like, what are you doing? And I'm like, dude, it's $100. Who cares? And they're like, dude, you have to close that. And I'm like, I feel it's like a shoe company, and I felt bad. I don't like,
I don't even know how that's a business.
I don't know how it is
And
either.
I think
because people are good at talking.
I've seen that where Jeff used to work. Like I went into the office. It reminds me of Wolf of Wall Street.
Or Boiler Room or one of those
and
movies.
Just like everybody like on the phone talking, everybody just like in their regular clothes. And I just feel like that is just not you at all. And I really don't know how that's a business anymore. I don't know how. I would just hang up.
My thing is like when I'm talking to a salesman, they don't sell me. I know they're selling me. I almost like will be like, let's do that because I don't want you to talk to me anymore. Like I know I'm not getting out of this situation. Let's just go with the bigger plan. Okay, are you happy? Let's get the hell out of here. And so I think a lot of sales is people fall to peer pressure and they don't want to deal with it anymore. I think that's what a good salesman is. They just break you down to where you're like, all right, will you leave if I buy this? Like that's who I am. And I'm a no nonsense guy, like no bullshit. I like to give it straight. I like to get it straight. If I feel like you're bullshitting me, I don't deal with it. I kind of put you out of my life. Like I don't open up to you. I don't talk to you. If you're feeding me lies and I know you're lying to me, you're not going to hear anything personal about myself. My close friends, my family, I'm very open with them about who I am and they know exactly who I am, the good and the bad. So when it comes to work, like you said, I just put my head down and I want people to notice me. When I tell somebody, hey man, you did a really good job today, I want them to know that they did a really good job. And I mean what I say. And I think they do, because I think a lot of my problem is I don't express like my compliments, or I'm not that guy. Be like, oh my God, is that your dog? You're so cute. Did you just get your hair done? That you could take that bullshit somewhere else. When someone's doing that, get away from me. You know what I mean? I don't deal with that stuff well. So when someone's doing that and they're full of fake shit, I'm out. So that's anyways, I don't know. I'm kind of going down the wrong road here. But Richard, so we're sitting at dinner and he's giving me like the couple nuggets and it was all good stuff. He's like 26 is going to be a great year. We kind of bonded, over our mother's past. So we had that bond and I open up to him really well, which that's part of his skill. Like he really makes people open up. Sam was like getting real deep in there. I could like overhear something. And, but that's a gift that he has, he gets people open up to you. So he's like, this is going to be a great year for you. And he was reading like my chart and stuff. And he was giving me like specific dates. He goes, March is going to be a big change for you. And, he doesn't know anything about what I do or what I'm going through. Again, I'm even private sometimes on this podcast. I'm very, what stays in the family. I'm very Godfather with some of that shit, You got to keep it in the family. What are you laughing at?
No, keep going.
Some stuff isn't people's business.
Sometimes when I get like really mad, like I just flip out and Jeff's like, you're the most non-Italian Italian. And I go, baby, that's why you married me. Because you couldn't be with an Italian because you choke her. Or
I wouldn't choke her. I'd choke myself.
But then you, sometimes you secretly probably want to choke me.
But I am more calm, right?
So calm. Used to.
I handled it like a G.
Used to, Jeff would battle me and we would go at it. But now he's like calm. And I'm like, what's going on? That's why I liked you, because you fought with me. Now you're like backing down.
Well, maybe I need to get more secure with myself. No, I think it's a good thing. I don't need to go back to those old ways. Let's take a quick break and I'll finish up what Richard was talking about.
Okay. It's a new year. We all have new goals. I know a lot of people love to start new businesses. Now is the time to do it. I know sometimes people can be scared. It's intimidating, but you just have to start.
Yeah, I've talked about this on the podcast. I have dreams. I have goals. I have businesses that I've wanted to start for decades now. And it's never been easier than with Shopify. There's no excuses anymore on why you should not get started, because Shopify makes it so easy for you to start your own business right at home.
Everybody that I feel like every time I check out, everybody uses Shopify.
Yeah.
Shopify gives you everything you need to sell online and in person. Millions of entrepreneurs have already made this leap, from household names to first-time business owners just getting started.
Shopify gives you all the tools you need to start your own business. They even have their own templates, so you don't even have to create your own website. Shopify does the work for you.
Marketing is built into. Create an email and social campaigns that reach customers wherever they scroll. As you grow, Shopify grows with you. Handle more orders, expand to new markets, and do it all from the same dashboard.
In 2026, stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial and start selling today at shopify.com/togetherness. Go to shopify.com/togetherness. That's shopify.com/togetherness. So here you're first this year with Shopify by your side. All right, welcome back. So me and Richard, so I'll get to the story. Everyone's like, what did he say? It wasn't anything crazy. He's like, March is going to be a good month for you. He goes, but I feel like you're in a transition period. And he told me that last time. He goes, with Geminis, and again, I'm explaining this very loosely. If you listen to the last podcast we did with him, he goes into detail, and he did go into more detail, but I don't understand how my moons are in this people's house. I don't understand all that. So he's like, you're in a transition period, and for Geminis, every 8 years, something new starts. And he goes, you're not there yet, but March is going to be your new start. And I am kind of in limbo. I got into it last week, or a podcast or two ago, just saying like, I want something a little more stable in my life as far as job goes. And I do have some business ideas that I've talked about forever, but never followed through. So there is a lot of confusion, I guess, in my employment life, you know?
Well, you doing what you're doing is safe. And then you're just like, should I do this? And then you're like, but you love what you do. But I don't know. You love what you do, but then it's like, do I quit that, what I love? What if an opportunity comes, but then I would love to try this other thing?
Yeah. And he said that too. He goes, you're being safe. He pretty much said, he goes, you're being safe right now. And he goes, but an opportunity is going to come in March that you're going to have to leap. You're going to have to take that jump and make that transition. It's going to be good for you. It's the right decision. It's the start of your 8 years, you know?
Oh, I've heard about this, the 8 years.
Yeah. So,
because this is the start of the horse. Did he say that?
No, but it is the Chinese New Year. It's the year of the horse.
Last year was the snake. It was about like shedding. I don't really know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we don't know what we're talking about.
But last year was the snake. And then this year is the horse. And the horse is good, I guess. Because there's jewelry designers I follow, and they're promoting like, oh, we got a diamond horseshoe. And it's like, good luck. And it's like, all good. But like 2025 was bad because of snake. So
it sure was. So I hope he's right. He did say last time when we talked as well that I will fall into something lucrative in the near future. And we did pop something that we got paid for.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I attribute that to Richard's reading, but I did tell him, I'm like, dude, remember what you told me? I go, yeah. I just got this thing and I got paid, you know? And he's like, there you go, you know?
Thanks to your wife.
Thanks. So Richard, it's the stars and Jordan, whatever you believe in.
Well, I thought Jeff called me because he's like, you're not going to believe what Richard said, but it's what Jeff and I were talking about this weekend, what Richard had told you about speaking up for yourself.
So yeah, he told me a lot more, so I'll just stick to that part. But all good things. That's why I love Richard. He keeps it positive. He keeps it real. He'll tell you like if you're confused so he did tell me some of that stuff. But one of the things Jordan was talking about is she's like, you got to stick up for yourself. That's kind of how we started this whole conversation. She's like, you got to speak up more. So Richard it's so weird. I'm like, if Jordan was sitting here right now, I looked at Shane and I was like, she would freak out because we just had a big fight and he started laughing. And so the way he describes it, it's so funny. He goes, something's coming up, but it's in like your vocal cord, something in your throat. And he used a word. I forgot what it was. And he's like, so he goes, and I'm like, so what do you mean? He goes, it means you have to stick up for yourself more. You have to talk more. And I'm like, whoa, that's funny. Me and Jordan were just talking about that. And he goes, if you want to get what you want coming to you, you're going to have to speak up. Something in here is saying you're going to have to use your vocal cord and speak up. And he goes, if you don't, he goes, you're very susceptible to sickness in your throat. I'm like, dude, I get strep throat like once a year. And he goes, if you want what you want, you're going to have to speak up. He goes, and if you don't speak up, you're going to make yourself sick. That's what he told me. I'm like, oh my God, Jordan's going to shit right now.
Yeah.
Because that's what we were fighting about.
But I think mine is more, I'm trying to motivate him, but I think you're like, you get tired of me just trying to motivate you. And I think if it came from like someone else, like Richard, I think it's helpful. It's almost like when you hear it from somebody you're the closest to, you just kind of blow them off.
You say it every time we talk.
Well, I try to, it's like I'm shaking you, you know, and because I know you can do it. And then like when you're quiet, it drives me nuts. And so,
but I just don't like to bother people or nag people.
Well, you
That's
have
what
to.
I know. And it's not a good attribute. It's not good at all. No, I know. It's not a good attribute. Okay. But I have to work on it.
That was great.
That was great. And then Shane told me the same thing, just with a non-philosophical, what the hell do you call it? Astrological. I don't know. Whatever. You know what I mean? In the stars. He produced and bit all over Hollywood. He's like, listen, man, I know what you're saying. He's like, you got to stay on these guys. He's like, you got to go in there and sell yourself. You know, he goes, because they're not going to give you any credit unless you put it in front of their face. They don't want to. Nobody's going to pay you for not speaking up. He goes, you have to show them what you're worth, you know? And I was like,
exactly what I said.
I was like, all right, well, if Jordan was here, she'd break her dry January and start drinking. I probably would. She'd be so happy.
I would be like, all right.
By the way, dry January is still going strong.
Yes.
Yeah.
You guys, this time I don't know. I'm kind of over it. Like the other day I wanted ice cream really bad. I never crave ice cream. And I was like, I just want ice cream and I just want to be fat and I want to sit on the couch and just eat whatever I want to. And I was just having a moment. But, okay, so I have to tell y'all this story. So it was Saturday, right? Yes. Saturday, Jeff had set us up to get family photos done. And
oh boy,
we have not had family photos done. If I can find it, I'm going to have Ian put it up. I don't know. Well, you know what? We're recording this so late. Ian doesn't even have time. Don't worry about it. Leighton was a month old the last time that we had pictures done.
A professional
done. Yeah. Brooke did them. Brooke did it.
Well, we did that shoot for the Togethermess. Yeah, Brooke did do that. Yeah. No, but then you did another photo shoot for something else in the hotel.
Oh, that was like a work thing though.
Yeah.
That was
and we did Togethermess ones, but
no, that wasn't really like going out and us just like dressing up. So anyways, I told the boys, just all I need is an hour of your time. That is it. Just give me an hour. They hate getting dressed. They want to wear, you know how everybody's wearing those baseball ice cream shorts. They want to wear high socks, Crocs, big sweatshirt. So I go, no, you're wearing like church clothes. So already they're giving me a hard time, which I was annoyed about. And we go out, we're waiting for the sunset and we're taking these photos. And Lawson did very good because Lawson doesn't like getting in trouble. And I told Lawson, I was like, once you're done, you can go play. Leighton, before we took these photos, was playing with his friends perfectly fine. We start taking photos. My stomach hurts. I go, Leighton, you were just playing. You're fine. All I need you to do is just smile in a couple of pictures and we will be done.
He is sick now, which is so weird.
It is kind of weird. No, but this was like a couple days later.
Yeah, keep going.
So then we're taking photos, crying, tears. My stomach. I was like, Leighton, just smile. Just smile and let's be done. And me and Jeff, she's like, okay, Jeff and Jordan look at each other and smile. And Jeff looks at me and goes, oh my God, we're not going to be able to use these photos. And then I was telling my neighbors about it and they were like, well, it could be kind of funny when you get the photos and just remember that day. I'm like, no, he's too old to be doing this. He's 7 years old. If you're 3 or 5, like that's okay. But 7 years old, like get it together. And I'm not going to have bratty kids. I'm not going to have like spoiled kids. So we get done, and I told Leighton, I said, okay, you don't feel good. When we get home, you are going upstairs in your room and you are going to relax and you're going to lay down. As soon as we get home after the photos, he goes, I think I'm feeling better. Can I go play? And I go, absolutely not. And all his friends were over at our next door neighbor's house. And he went upstairs and was crying, throwing a fit. And I go, no, stay up in your room. You are staying up there. You're not going to be around your friends. I was like, you didn't smile. So anyways, he cries himself to sleep. He wakes up. Jeff is gone. Lawson's gone. He's like, where are they? I'm like, they're having a good time. They're playing with friends. You and I are going to sit here and you will learn that you are not going to throw a fit and you are not going to pout. I go, all you had to do was just give me an hour and then you could be over with the neighbors hanging out and playing. So he goes, if I could turn back time, I would have smiled, but I can't turn back time anymore. So I'm sorry. And so I hope he learned his lesson. And then I made him some dinner. Actually, no, I had ordered dinner. So I warmed up his dinner, and he wanted to watch Christmas movies. So we were just sitting here watching Christmas movies while Jeff and them, that was the night of the Bears game.
Yeah. So that was so funny because when our next door neighbor, the little girl, came over, she opens the door and she's like, hey, could the boys play? And Leighton goes to me, turns over, and he goes, I feel so much better. I'm like, oh, that's good, buddy. You're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So then you went to go get the food.
Yeah.
And I stayed in. So I'm like, oh my God, this photo shoot was ruined. I'm sitting there by myself. Leighton's upstairs crying, and I'm watching the Bears game, and it's 21-3 and it's halftime. I'm by myself.
You were in a bad mood.
I started crying because I couldn't drink. I'm sitting there and I'm like, just watching this game by myself. Everyone's at my neighbor's having fun. I was like, oh my God, this day is a disaster. So then you get home at halftime. And you're like, what's wrong? I'm like, the Bears are getting killed. They're done.
You were so mad.
I'm like, the football
so
season's
then I just
over.
I stopped talking to him because I was like, I know he's mad, so I'm leaving him alone.
So I go over to my neighbor's house and everyone's drinking and having fun, and I'm not drinking. So they're like, hey, how the Bears doing? You know, like busted my balls. And I'm like, I don't know. I had to get out of there. Hopefully this changes the mojo or something. And lo and behold, I don't know if you guys watch football, but the Bears came back and they ended up winning that game. It was sick. So I ended up having a good night.
Love videos on Instagram of people showing the Bears game. Actually, I didn't even know because I went to bed at 9:30 with Leighton. I woke up the next day. That's how I found out the Bears won. Dagmara and Vito were jumping up and down. They were at a bar. And I was like, oh, they must have won. But I love seeing videos on Instagram of the people just watching the game, true Bears fans. And one guy like grabbed his kid and was running around in circles and then ran outside and people screaming, and it was fun.
I called Lawson up because I got to the house and Lawson was playing. He goes, the Bears are getting killed, Dad. I'm like, I know. And I was wearing like my Bears jacket.
I know.
And I'm like, yeah, I know, man. I'm like, don't worry. So they were coming back and Lawson was downstairs. I'm like, Lawson, get up here. Like for the end. And he's like, oh my God. Everyone was freaking out. It's like, I can't believe that just happened.
That
it was
awesome.
crazy.
I
was
wish
so fun.
the Panthers would have
that was the game before.
made it through, because then you said the Panthers and the Bears would have played each other.
They had a chance to, yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Seeing that. I wanted the Panthers to beat LA.
Now we're playing LA.
Are they
Sunday.
good?
Yeah, they're pretty good.
Well, whatever y'all are doing is working.
We're down to the final 8, so that's pretty good.
That is. And I think I read it's been 15 years, correct? Since y'all made it in the playoffs?
Well, has it been 15? I don't know. It's been a long time.
Maybe I'm wrong, but good for the Bears.
Good for the Bears. Go Bears.
Anyways, that was my discipline with my kids. And then I told Leighton, hopefully, because with my kids, if you take their friends away, life is over. They always want to be with their friends. So hopefully we don't have it. Oh, I did apologize to the photographer too, because I felt like I wasted her time. And hopefully they come out good.
All we need is one.
I know.
We just need one. But we parent with the FOMO method, the fear of missing out method.
Yes, that's our kids. And then Lawson.
Hold on. Let's take a quick little break and then we'll come back.
Welcome back. Yeah, and then Lawson was so happy. He changed into his regular clothes, the ice cream shorts or whatever they're called.
I know. I'm like, dude, I got him a Walter Payton jersey. I'm like, where's your jersey? We're at the house. He's like, the Bears are losing.
Today was freezing and he's outside playing football in shorts. I go, are you not cold? And he's like, no, it's fine.
Well, it's like 50 here.
It was cold. The wind was blowing. And I mean, I'm cold constantly. With I have to put the butt
because
warmers on.
they're running, they're
and
moving.
And then the other day, I didn't warm up the car like I usually do. I forgot, and Lawson's like, "The car's not warm because it's normally extra warm in there." I go, "I know, I forgot. I said it late." But yeah, that was our weekend. Pretty low key.
Yeah, it's only the 13th.
I just booked. Well, I didn't just book it. I'm about to book it. Spring break. I'm excited about that. I told the kids we'd take them to Universal. And that's gonna be our 10-year anniversary.
Yeah, that's weird. We should have thought that through. I don't like these spur of the moment. I got sucked into going to this basketball game.
Spring break, and I told the boys when we went on that cruise for 2 weeks, I promised them. I promise you boys, I will take you like spring break or in the summer. We'll do something fun, and we'll go to Universal because they see Universal. I'd rather go to Universal than Disney.
Watch out! You're gonna get some haters out there.
Why?
What do you call those grown-up people who go to Disneyland?
Oh, I don't know.
There's like a name for it.
Really? They come after you?
Yeah, they're like, what is it called? Adult Disney? It's called something. I don't know.
I think it's kind of weird if you're an adult and you're
people
obsessed.
love it.
I've never been.
You're gonna get hate mail if you don't.
You know, I've never been to Disney. Have you?
Yeah, when I was like 5.
But one time, right? And you never went back.
No, we went to the one in
you were 5?
Florida. I think so. Yeah. I don't know what it's called. There's a name for it.
Did y'all drive there?
I don't know, love. I was 5. I didn't document it.
I picture like Christmas vacation.
No, we did like a cruise, I think. Oh. And then like a Disney cruise. And then we went to Disneyland. I don't know.
There were Disney cruises back
I think
then?
so. We were on a cruise. I don't remember. I was little. And then I remember a picture. I think we were on a boat. We were on a cruise for sure.
Well, I was telling Jeff on our 10-year anniversary, like we could go back to where
I remember going to like It's a Small World and Epcot Center and all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do remember that. But I forgot what I was trying to look some. There's a funny name for adult people who go to Disneyland. Whatever. Yeah. I think Universal is a little less crazy, but it's still, I like Universal because I'm a movie guy and all that stuff. So there's a lot more to do.
Am I wrong? Or because I was trying to think today and I can't even remember because it's been so long since I've been. Wasn't it Universal that you can take that tour and it's Jaws?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's Universal.
And it looks real. And when you ride by, it looks like a real shark is in the water.
Not real, but yeah.
No, it looks
as real as the movie is.
Because I was thinking of the boys because it was like, I have to get the boys on that tour.
And then the Bates Motel is there.
That's right.
Yeah. And then but I think there's Harry Potter World now. Mm-hmm. So we should get the kids like getting on that because that's a whole like world. Oh. I just hope they're old enough to ride, most of the rides. I don't think
we've ever rode rides over there.
I went with my brother when we used to live there. They came out.
And the girls were little.
Yeah. And we all went there.
But I don't remember anybody riding rides.
Yeah. I went on that Harry Potter ride. It's sick. It's really cool. Yeah. Yeah. It's really cool. Oh. But they'll like it either way. Anyways, we're doing that. And then we're going to take Lawson, show him where he was born, go back to the old stomping grounds in Santa Monica. Mm-hmm. So that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
Yeah. Because I don't think we've brought them back, have we?
I don't think so.
I don't think we have at all. I don't think Leighton's ever been there, has he?
No.
I got my girl Heidi. She is a waitress over at Gladstone's. I love Gladstone's and we still talk. And I told her, I was like, I'm coming.
Well, we had that one big get together with everybody when I still have that picture, like when Lawson was little.
A baby.
Was it Easter? Is that what we were doing there?
No, Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving.
Oh, Thanksgiving. So we all went. That was a great day. That was so fun. Mm-hmm. So I kind of want to relive that day and just have all of our old friends that are still there come over, like the Gladstones. And then you mentioned in the car when I was driving home. So when we got married, we got married at the Beverly Hills Courthouse, which will be back there for 10 years. And then we went to the Beverly Hills Hotel that our friends brought us to. So everyone pitched in and paid for our lunch. But it'd be cool to go back there and have lunch on our actual anniversary day, 10 years to the day.
Yeah,
so that'd be a nice, it's not like a romantic me and you because everyone's going to be there. But
I mean, we had that cruise together. So
Yeah.
that was our romantic.
I know, but that's pretty romantic to go back to where we were 10
And
years
have the kids
to
there.
the day. Yeah. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's like symbolic.
Okay, so if you guys ever go there to LA, like vacation, go to the Beverly Hills Hotel.
And order a $30 French
yes,
fries.
they're $30
like,
French
I'm
fries.
not even joking.
But if you're on vacation with your friends, but you have to go. You just have to go to like see you got to go to the Polo Lounge, get a glass of champagne and these $30 fries. They are the best fries you will ever have. And it has truffle on it. I would never, ever, ever pay that much. It's just because you're there. If you're visiting and you're on vacation, you know how you spend normally how you normally wouldn't. You just have to go and try it. And if you're at the Polo Lounge, you're not allowed to pull out your phone and take photos. Because I tried to take a photo of me, you, and Scotty. And remember, we got in trouble. The guy was like,
there's a lot of celebrities in there.
I don't see anybody. And the bathrooms are the best. I love their bathrooms.
What do you like better? I mean, we're getting fancy here. This isn't things we do all the time.
Stuff
but
we
that
normally
was
do.
for our wedding day. We went there. And then when we do go back, we usually try to be a little bougie for a couple beers and we'll go to Chateau Marmont.
And if you go to Chateau Marmont, that's where Belushi died.
Yeah.
Okay.
A ton of like Hollywood histories in that
so
hotel.
much history.
Yeah.
So that's why people go there. And there's like this old elevator. It reminds me of something from like 1920s. And I swear to you, only 2 people can fit in. It's so small. People back then were tiny. And I don't think they ever changed it. And I hate taking the elevator up because I'm scared I'm going to get stuck. And it's almost like claustrophobic. But if you go up there, you can eat. It's way overpriced. The servers are the best. They've all been there for like 20 years plus. One guy, he always waits on us. The same guy.
You'll see a celebrity there if that's
always.
what you're into.
And I feel like if you are a celebrity, you only go to Chateau to be seen.
Yeah, some people just go there to be so. I mean, that one day we went in there.
Charlize Theron was there. The guy from Jurassic Park.
Jeff Goldblum was in there.
He was there. But I went when I did
And
Reindeer.
who's the other guy?
Oh, Justin.
Oh, yeah, Justin Theroux.
Yeah, who was with Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah, I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah, there were a lot of people
stars
that time.
Yeah.
And then when I went for reindeer games, you weren't with me. I had my friend Matt from TMZ meet me.
And going with Matt, who works with TMZ.
It's hilarious.
He knows everybody. So he's like, there's that guy. That guy's on this show. This person's on that show.
There was some guy, I don't know who it was.
From The Walking Dead.
That's right. And he goes, was it Glenn?
No, it was the guy with the long hair, with the crossbow that everybody knows.
Yeah,
I don't know his name.
Rugged guy.
Yeah, but he knew Matt.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they
went
talked.
up and talked to him. But I had Scotty meet me up there, and then Swain met me up there. And then Jeff's like, you're hanging out with all my friends. And
speaking of FOMO,
I got my phone out to take a selfie of us. I wasn't trying to get anybody, and I got in trouble. They were like, you can't do that. And so I was like, guys, let's sneak and take a selfie. But there was nobody that day.
Yeah.
That we were there. There's a lot of weird people.
But it's just cool if you're going there to see something like that. And then I used to work, that is Chateau Marmont's on Sunset Strip. And then I used to work at a bunch of bars that aren't even open anymore. Yeah.
I know. It's so sad. It's going to be so different. We're going with another family, and they were like, we want to see the Hollywood print. And I was like, it's not nice like what y'all are picturing. I go, it's a lot of homeless, a lot of weird people down there. I was like, so we have to keep our kids close.
But I mean, if I've never been there, I'd want to go see like Hollywood and Highland and all that stuff.
But I feel like we're going to be the tour guides, and I'm kind of excited because I was telling my friend, there were certain things that she wanted to do. I was like, oh no, we have to group it like this or we're going to be sitting in traffic for like over an hour.
Oh, we're in traffic anyway.
Yeah, but I was like, we got to work around this day. We're going to do Hollywood, Chateau, what else? Valley, anything over there. Then we can do Rodeo Drive because they want to see like Pretty Woman Hotel, like that type of stuff. So
we should go
excited.
to Jax's bar from Vanderpump. Is that still open? because that's in the valley. We're going to be out that way. And then we could like, well, man, I have no connections at CBS anymore. It'd be nice to go show everybody the Big Brother house, you know?
Oh, you can't do that. I don't think they'd let us.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
There was a time when I could have made that phone call.
I don't think now, like with it, even maybe if it was like going on, you might have better luck.
Yeah.
I think it's very protected. I don't think you can do that at all. It's cool just being on the lot and seeing all the studios.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I always just like trying to get lost.
Oh, when I used to work there, I would stay there all day. They're like, Jeff, you're done. What are you still doing here? I'm like, I don't know.
I just want to see.
Yeah, just wander by the Seinfeld set and all that stuff.
That's cool.
It's very cool.
All right, read your quote. We're done.
All right, let's pick a good one.
Shuffle
them up. This one's for Richard. And if you ever want to check out Richard, it's, what is it? Richard Dreams Astrology on Instagram.
Yeah.
And then you can check him out on Gaia as well. That's where he's got his shows. But anyways, all right. You guys will be hearing this tomorrow. Good day. Do all the good you can by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, to all the people you can, as long as you ever can. I guess this is telling me I can.
I am, Sam. I am.
Green eggs and ham. All right. We'll see you guys. Well, you'll see us later.
You'll see us next time. Bye.